fine, so.
Okay.
Just know that all over things are just a little bit more cluttered than they normally will be, trying to get ready for school.
So this would be part of it, obviously, the office
Yeah, so
there.
my office and then the school office.
Okay.
And you know, in here, in both areas, it's not that it needs to be cleaned every night, or even the trash needs to be emptied every night, because traffic is much more limited in here,
Yeah.
than it's gonna be in the classrooms.
Okay.
So what I told the lady that was cleaning for us last year was, you know, she would come in and kind of scope it out, and like the kids come in and out so often, like the entry mat would need to be vacuumed, and there might be some sweeping that needs to be done, and as a garbage, you know, if there's not much in the bottom of the garbage can, none of us really care if it.
Typically what we do, because when we come in, if it's dry, we dump it.
Yeah.
If it's wet, you reline it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that way, it'd still be daily, we'd look at it, because we just,
Yeah.
you know, pop it in the, so there's, trash here, trash there.
Yeah.
Okay. And turn that. And there's 6 classrooms? 7 classrooms.
7 classrooms, 4 student bathrooms, 1 adult bathroom.
Okay.
So we'll start here with the kindergarten.
And the student bathrooms are multiple stall ones?
Some are.
Okay.
So in the classrooms, so we have our teachers work with kids to pick up after themselves, finish the day so that the room isn't a mess.
Yeah.
You know, the chairs are typically stacked.
Ooh, that makes it really nice.
And teachers are wiping down the tops of the tables and the desks. It's just a part of the routine.
Okay.
So, you
That's
know,
really nice. It's not always usual.
yeah. So for us, the big things really are, so we have 4 classrooms that have this luxury vinyl flooring, and then 3 that have carpeting.
Okay.
So just, you know, making sure that the floors are clean. You know, carpets need to be vacuumed and trash emptied. Those are the big things. And then as far as like
sinks in here,
No,
sinks in
there
here.
will-
Like here's paper towel.
yeah, so each classroom has a paper towel dispenser that in the classrooms, the routine has been that when it needs to be replaced, either the teacher will do it or let me know and I'll do it.
Okay.
So it's really, kind of the routine in the past has been for the bathrooms, you know, we have the custodian just check and replace paper towel dispensers, toilet paper dispensers, soap dispensers.
So they'll do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that-
But I mean, that's something in the restrooms that we would look for, you know, your
For us to
company
do it.
to do. You know.
Okay.
So, you know, windows are such that, most of the windows, they're kind of out of reach for kids to touch. These, because they're, you know, kids are going to the office sometimes, they'll just, you know.
Touch, yeah.
Yeah, same thing kind of with the glass in the office door.
Yep.
But,
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
so,
And then disinfecting, so the products that we use will be, you know, disinfecting. The cleaning product we'll use will also be disinfecting product that is also used for COVID and EPA registered for COVID.
okay.
So anytime we wipe, doing wiping, anything down. And so I'm just moving to a product that's 100%, you know, well, I can do floors with it. I can do bathrooms. I can do
Okay.
mirrors with it, right? It's a great product. Just across the board because it's nice because it's EPA registered for
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
So it just makes it very simple.
Okay. And
So
so,
touch points like this too, you know, it's
Yeah.
cleaner that,
yeah.
you know, works on COVID. So then,
Yeah.
then you can say, yes, my cleaner
Yeah.
uses, you know, all touch points.
And so, because we have a number of students that have some high sensitivity to just allergies with chemical foods.
Yeah.
That's why we have the teachers kind of wipe down the desks and the tables with just some products that we use they do a good job, but they're also safe. So in here, again, all of the junk's gonna be out here, but it's just, if it needs to be swept, mopped, you know, and then this is the adult bathroom.
Trash. Okay, single stall. Yeah. Where do you get all your supplies?
Amazon.
Okay. If you're interested, you know, I have a couple guys if you want to call them and
Okay,
see if they have any better prices and
Okay.
whatnot. So
okay.
one of them's a guy that I worked with for many years.
Okay.
This guy Mike, I'll give him your information.
Okay.
He'll just, I like him. I trust him. He's been in the business a long time.
So again, in both kindergarten, this room, and then second grade, there's the tables and the chairs. So again, the chairs will be stacked. Teachers will wipe down the table tops.
Trash. Okay. Stuff like that if you want to. Because that stuff, all the intakes, right? There's one up there, that's out, that's intake. Or is that? It looks like intake. Yeah, it has to be because there's that much dust on it and then out. But those are the things we can, you know, take care of too.
Okay. So I think honestly for us, to a large degree, what it's gonna come down to is, what can we have you do that's gonna fit in the budget that we have, which is pretty small. So this is just we're going into our 3rd years of school.
Okay.
So the very first year, we only had 21 kids, 3 classrooms, and basically I was the custodian.
All right.
And the teachers, we just all took care. Last year, we had 4 classrooms, 54 kids, and we hired someone to come in. She couldn't continue to do it as we're growing. It just became more than what she could handle, and so we're.
Oh, is she one of the parents? I think you said that was.
No, she actually was part-time custodian for the church, and she took this on in addition.
Gotcha.
And she just couldn't continue.
What is this? Is this just regular tile?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tile that's been laying in grout around it.
Okay. And I like that you have this wainscot all the way floor to ceiling. Makes it much easier to clean.
So here.
Okay. Yep. Fairly standard. And with school starting next week, you're looking for next week or
Well,
to start?
yeah, ideally, if we could, get a cleaning the end of this week, but if not, then we'll take care of that.
Okay.
But yeah, school starts on Monday, and so, that's when,
Okay.
and so so this is recarpeting we just put in this summer in this room and in that room. So on the exterior, the only thing that we had our custodian do was that one large trash container was our responsibility to empty.
Hi.
Hi, Heather.
Hi.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And in this room, this closet is used, kids hang their backpacks in here, and so they're
Oh,
going
okay.
out here, and so again, it's just kind of checking the floor to see if it needs to be swept or mopped. Because often they'll track in mud and stuff like that
Right.
outside.
And the same thing, the chairs will be up.
Yeah, chairs will be stacked, desks, teachers will wipe down the desktops.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so we'll go around this way, we'll hit, there's two restrooms in the gym that's our responsibility to clean, and then we'll finish with the last classroom.
And how do you want the like the gym floor dust mopped and?
Nope. We don't, the only thing in here that we need to take care of are the two bathrooms. Church will handle everything else.
Oh, they do. And out here, this common area and this.
Yeah, so, yeah, we really need to, take care of this.
Okay.
So, this is,
Is this call it Kwanzaa hut? Is that? I love it.
yeah, so before they built the new building, this was the church sanctuary.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Do you know anything about ILA Wi-Fi that's going on around here? Anyways, there's a city.
Nope, I don't know anything about it. The girls rest here.
Okay. Okay.
And our last classroom is up, right, connected with the church. But I am really getting tired of the smoke.
I just every time I think of myself saying, "Oh, I hate this smoke," I'm like, "Oh gosh, I'm just so happy. I'm fortunate, you know, that I'm not near any
Be
fire
on
zone."
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There have been a lot of people that have been burned out.
Yeah.
This is the last classroom.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Okay. Into trash. Okay. Thank you.
And that is it.
So, what? Because I just crunching numbers, and this is what I was talking to Eric about. So, if we look at 2 hours, 5 days a week, you know, then that's 10. You take times 4.33 the months per. And I can actually look at, you know, like if there's holidays and stuff like that. There'll be days off from cleaning. I can look at, you know.
Yeah, because there will be what I calculated was, so if we started on the first day of school,
Yeah.
and then finished the last day of school, there'd be 168 days
Okay.
that we would need cleaning.
Gotcha.
So
So okay. So then I'll look at how because I always figure just on a regular schedule, not a school or federal schedule, or is the 4.33 weeks per month.
Okay.
So you take however many hours times the weeks per month times, you know, $35 an hour. So, and then that comes out to, you know, the what we charge to. Because it'd be like 2 hours.
Okay.
You know, and I think we could easily, you know, we can get this done in 2 hours.
Okay. All right.
So,
Okay.
the tricky part is getting someone up in Auburn.
Oh, okay.
I have accounts up in Auburn. I live here in Auburn, but even for the accounts I have up here, I bring people up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's just it's been harder. So I'm gonna I've already been messing with Indeed this morning to look at more people for up in this area instead of bringing somebody up.
Okay. All
Right. So
So then, with your setup, what would you require from us as far as storage of any cleaning equipment, or is that something that they're going to bring with them and take?
no,
with them?
we 5 days a week we'd leave it here. So a
Okay.
barrel, a bucket, a vacuum.
Okay. So let me
So
show
that's
you
The size of
where that would be.
Okay.
Because we don't now the church has their custodial room and closet. This school, we don't. But there's a room off the gym here, off the kitchen, that we've been told we can use. So last year we had 2 extra classrooms, and one of them turned into kind of a storage room.
Yeah.
But we're growing, so we have to use all those rooms for classrooms this coming year. So
And then there's where the trash is, straight ahead, right?
Yeah, dumpsters right.
Dumpster right
in
there.
that enclosure there. So this is our cart that we used last year, and so this could be stored here. If there was any product that needed to be stored, that area there could be.
Is this something we would be able to use?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Oh, you already got a barrel on the front. Okay. So I would just bring in my vacuum. I like backpack vacuums. They're fast. They're very efficient. They work really well.
So how do you take care of like mopping the floors? This is what we used, and it took a while.
2 different things. We a lot of times use a combo, right? So on a regular, we put it on a schedule. So how the frequency is, right? So you can spot mop with a flat
Right,
mop, something
right,
like that.
right.
And then, you know, if you do the major mop where you mop the whole thing, it's a bucket and
Okay.
a flat in a regular string mop.
Okay. All right.
So
And so
that if you don't have that, I could bring up the bucket. Where I'm looking for sink too. Where would we be able
okay.
to
So
like a floor drain, some place to dump and fill.
So in here, this is the only sink that we have to work with. And from talking with the church maintenance guy, I think that's one of the challenges is just the sink and the drain.
Yeah.
Um,
So a lot of times what we can do is toilet, you know, to dump. Because obviously I'm not going to dump there.
Right.
And it's not a easily workable floor, so maybe that's one thing we can do is take a toilet, you know, and dump in the toilet, and then that's the last one we
Right.
clean.
Okay.
So that type of thing.
Okay.
And there are hoses there, and Are these connected, do you know, that to use? Or is that just storage? Looks like...
I haven't even looked in there, honestly.
I don't see it. Yeah, I think these are just to be able to... Yeah, this is just storage. That'd be great. Even if, even outside, you know, there's,
Yeah.
that'd be...
Yeah.
There's a hose that we can put a...
There is a hose.
Yeah, that we can put a hose on.
Yeah, yeah, and if, I know there's one on, at the end of the building down here, I'm not sure if there's one right up here, but, and then I can just make sure that this area is cleaned up.
Is this line... Is this automatic or?
I think they, just one of those security lights, I think they leave
Oh, okay.
on.
So I'm like, don't see the switch.
No, it's typically on.
Okay. There's hose bib right there.
Okay.
And there's one right there.
Okay.
So that works too.
Okay, and the one that is used more often, is right at the end of this building. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, wonderful. Thank you for walking me around.
Yeah.
Let me put some numbers together today, and I'll send it to you in a
Okay.
in a proposal. And then,
Okay.
like I said, I already started, trying to figure out if grab someone from up here, but they got to have experience to
Right.
be able to start.
Right.
And then what I typically do is I vet people out. So I hire them and then, okay, go work with Johnny
Right,
for a while,
right.
go work with Susie for a while. This is really short notice,
Yeah,
So I have guys
right.
coming up, but they don't come up here 5 days a week.
Yeah, okay.
Would it need to be cleaned the days? Could it be Sunday through Thursday? Because then it's clean for Monday, clean
Yeah.
for each day versus Monday through Friday.
Right, so,
'Cause
yeah,
there's
that
typically
would,
nothing on the weekends.
so, all right, so there's church that, goes on until about noon. They don't typically use this area, sometimes they'll use the gym.
Right. But
But
a Sunday later in the day,
yeah,
night.
yeah, basically any time after noon.
Okay.
And then the only other thing, this classroom is used by the Red Cross typically Wednesday nights from like 5 to 8.
Would we be able to clean it? It'd have to be the after 8 then.
So, and again, depending upon what the work schedule was, it would either need to be typically like the first room that you would clean, and then they would
and then come around.
do the rest, or the last one after 8.
When would we be able to start?
So you could start as early as 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay. So that's why then they at 5 we could just do it. Start before.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so last year typically the custodian would start about 3 o'clock. And you know what I told her, now on Fridays we dismiss school at 12 noon every Friday. And then we'll have teacher meetings where we'll meet together. Sometimes teachers are in their rooms, and what I told her was, if you don't care, they don't care that you're in there cleaning. And so, she would typically come and clean at 3 and just work her way through the classroom. So,
Okay.
and then there were times when she would just, instead of coming in on Friday, she'd come in on Saturday. So, yeah. So Sunday through Thursday is fine.
Okay. Yeah, that would work a little easier with my schedule because we have our crew that working in town. Several accounts on Sundays.
Okay.
So I just don't have 5 day a week
Yeah.
in Auburn.
Yeah.
So most of my stuff is Roseville and Sacramento.
Okay. All right.
Just it's been a little harder to find people.
Okay.
It's not so hard to find somebody. It's when somebody calls out, right? Calls out sick, can't come
Yeah,
in for whatever
right.
reason. Then it's hard to
Finding
get
someone to step in behind them.
to step in. Yeah. So when
Yeah.
it's in a more of a remote area where
Right.
we have less workers. So
Yeah. Okay.
so that's what I need to assure that I can cover it,
Mm-hmm.
that everything works.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, went over. If I miss something, then I'll give you a holler. But
Okay.
I'll put something together today and thank you. And then we can talk and see if it
Yeah.
works. And
Yeah. Yeah. Because I do realize the turnaround time is short. So I mean, you know, I've been working on this all summer. Originally, just seeing if I could find someone that I could just hire
yeah,
as a custodial employee, that like we did last year, and I just haven't found anybody.
yeah. It's,
So that's when I reached out to Eric and said, "Hey, you have any thoughts, any suggestions?" So I said, "Yeah, I do." So
yeah. I like Eric.
yeah, so he's a great guy, and has been very helpful for us. So
Good,
yeah,
good. I'm glad. Well, I'll put together some stuff for
Okay.
you and then get back to you here
Okay.
quickly and
all right,
see if we can come up with a
okay,
solution.
all right. Thanks, appreciate it.
You bet.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks.
Yep.